Good morning out there. Welcome to a little coffee talk this morning. How's everybody doing this Monday morning? Did you have a good weekend? I had a good weekend. We had a 50th anniversary celebration picnic of this lake, which is a man-made lake. And it was made 50 years ago. It was really cool. People came up with a bunch of pictures that were from the time they were creating the dam and everything. That was neat to see and to socialize with our neighbors. So that was really good. And my fruit tray was a big hit. I picked some cosmos. I found out that some of my cosmos are edible and just the orange ones, and I happen to have them. So I was able to use those as a little decoration. That was fun. So that was a fun new thing to try. Yeah, I read something recently, not something new, but just a reminder. You know how you read things, and it reminds you. I'm talking softly because John's still sleeping, by the way, but I'm speaking into my microphone for a reason because I want to show you something on this screen. Anyway, it was just really about how neuroplasticity and how having the importance of having new ideas and new thoughts and new experiences and exposure to new things and stuff like that. So I'm really working with that daily, trying new and different things. That's kind of how I roll anyway. But when you add that into like consciously breaking out of patterns and just trying new things, like I put those really odd color of green pillows, but when I put them with my other bedding, it's like, wow, that kind of works. And I thought, oh my God, this is not my color, but I'm trying to bring more warmth in because, we're coming out of this era with decor of everything being gray, 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 cool colors. And I'm trying to bring in more warm colors. There's a lot of wood here in this house, but that adds a lot of warmth. But I'm trying to, with decor, I follow some guys with decor stuff on Instagram that are inspiring me to add more warm colors into this space. So believe it or not, this is that shoji white that we painted the whole house, but that is a warm color of white. I mean, it's white. White's white, but it's not. But that is a warm white. So anyway, that's just sort of like been a little hobby of mine, and getting those green pillows. They're very warm, and I thought, you know what, that does that, add that little pop of warmth, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about that. But if you do, please share with me what you're doing to add more warmth into your space. Do it with little accent things like our bath mats. And just if I'm going to pull something in at this point, it's going to be more in the warm category. So just that cozy vibe. Anyway, I want to share something with you. So I have fruit left over from this thing that I just did, this fruit tray, and I'm glad there was enough and some left over. I brought some over to my neighbors that were working. They couldn't go, so I brought them a big fruit thing, but I still have a lot left over. So I decided I'm going to make for Mr. Beasley some frozen yogurt. He loves things out of the freezer. So I made some for him with carrots that I cooked way down. I thought, what was I using it for? Oh, I was making a broth, but the carrot, so I was straining out the carrots. I thought, well, they're still good. I don't want to get rid of them. So I pureed them down, mixed them with yogurt, and put them in these little molds. And he loves those out of the freezer. So I'm going to do that with the blueberries today. And I couldn't find my molds. So I must have taken them to the other house. I don't know why I did that, but they must be down there. But I'm going to pick up some other ones today that are bones and paws. Of course, he's going to notice that. But I'm just going to puree in the blender some of my blueberries that I have left over. And we always have plain Greek yogurt and that's it. Boom. And make some little treats for him out of that. So a good way to use that up. Now, my grapes, I don't know if anybody has been around to remember certain things that I've shared in the past, but I have a lot of grapes left over, including these little teeny tiny ones that were so cute. So I'm going to roast those today with rosemary and then use those. Those also can be frozen, and those are great to like throw in if you're cooking like a roasted chicken or something. But I really like using them like over brie cheese or something on crackers. So I'm going to do that with my grapes. And I'm just trying to think of creative things. I also took a bunch of the berries and pineapple, and I froze them in little individual packets. So I told John makes a smoothie every morning, and for him for sure, and oftentimes for me too, if I want it. And so I told him it's like an individual size. Just dump that in the blender, and then you've got some fresh fruit, that is good fresh fruit to just throw in there to have a base for your smoothie. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. That's some things I've been working on. But while searching, because I couldn't find my silicone molds to make those, we're going into town, which is another thing I'm going to share with you in a minute. The reason we're going into town today, but it is, an excursion. I was looking on Walmart to find some more. That's where I found those silicone molds to pick up to make those. And while I was searching for that, I found something else, and I want to share this with you because it's a very good deal right now, and these are super cool. So I want to show you these things. If you haven't ever seen these freezer trays, so can you see that? It's like a huge ice cube, but it's like a rectangular brick, and with a lid over the top of it. Now, my friend gave me this. My friend Michelle, rest in peace, sent me these. They were called super cubes, and they were quite pricey when she bought them. I remember because I think I looked to get another set of them. And what they're for is like if you make a big batch of soup, you can put individual servings in those compartments, put the lid on, freeze it, then take them out. Those are silicone, so they pop out easily. Put each of those bricks in, individually or, together in a freezer bag. And then you have a single serving of soup. Just pull out one of those, heat it up, and there's your homemade soup. So it's a great way to preserve your soup for later. Like if you're making it, I like to make soup and then have it for like if we're sick or in the winter or whatever, but without having to have some big, huge container in your freezer, A, and B, not to have like one massive, pot that you have to all or nothing. So this is a really ingenious idea. Well, anyway, as I was searching for the other things, I found these for $14.99 on Walmart. Let me see if I can make this so you can see it better. I just thought I'd pass that along because it's such a good deal. They're like half price of what they normally go for. I don't know, maybe this brand, yeah, they're normally $30.99. And I remember that's kind of what they were. They were like $40 or something when Michelle got them for me. And then I have two sets, so I might have ordered myself a second set to have one, an extra so that I could freeze like 8 of them. But I've used these for broth. Like if you want to make like a big thing of stock or broth, and then you just have like one small amount, to pull out, or if it's, for a recipe or for a serving. I just think this is so cool. And I wanted to share that because they're on sale right now at Walmart. Looks like they have them in different colors too. But let me see here. Yeah, they have an aqua azure, which I guess is a blue. It looks the same to me. Green. I like the green color. And then pink. So yeah, these work really well. And I'm so glad that I have them because I'll put the link to this. I have no affiliation with anything like this. I just saw it and I thought I'd pass it along, just as a little tip. So because we're getting ready for the winter, and things in a bag like that, like it's like just freezing like big blocks of ice in a bag, are a lot more malleable in the freezer instead of like a big container of soup. So anyway, I thought I'd share that. And then the other thing I wanted to share was, for those of you who know, tonight is the mystery movie at AMC Theater. They call it Screen Unseen. I like to go to this whenever possible because I absolutely love this whole concept. And other people do too because they get kind of busy. In some locations, they sell out. For me, because I don't know why I have some sort of a level of membership there now. They waive the fee in advance because at our movie theater you can pick your seats, which is nice. So you can stroll in late is what I mean, and have your seat you already picked out because they do like 20 minutes of previews. Anyway, you don't know what the movie's going to be. You buy a ticket for $6, and then you just find out when you get there. They list it 2 different ways. One is Screen with an N, Screen Unseen, and then they have a listing of Scream Unseen. So all of those will be horror movies. Probably in October there'll be a lot of those for Halloween. We don't go to the horror movies, but I have rarely seen a bad movie with the screen unseen. And it's a way that they're getting a buzz around a movie. It's a little bit of an early release. Um, the Boys in the Boat, I saw that once. Oh my God, I had heard nothing about that movie. If you haven't seen that, you should see that movie. It's such a good movie about these rowers, in a um, like in the 30s or something like that. It's really, really good movie. Um, so what I normally do is there's all these people that guess what they think it's going to be, and they're oftentimes like right on. They give certain clues, and I don't do this much digging, but let other people do it. Then I go and see what they're saying, because they'll give the runtime of the movie, and they'll say, the screen unseen runtime, but it's not the exact runtime, so you can't guess it. But it's like, I think within 12 minutes. They have this down to a science, these people that are like sleuths to this thing. And then some Regal Cinemas also does it on the same day. So they're doing it as well. They call it something else, mystery movie or something like that. So they'll get clues. I think the Regal is the one that gives some sort of a clue in the listing, some sort of obscure clue. I don't think AMC does that. So they take all this little bits of information and like, when's the release date of the movies and like, how close is it? And like, they have all these formulas that they try to figure out what it is. And usually they're right. So that the one they're guessing for tonight, doggone it, I had it up here. Hang on. I'll find it and I'll share it. It looks good. Oh, it's called Dead of Winter, I think, with one of my favorites, which is, I'll show you here. Get rid of that. I'll just show you. This is what they're guessing, and they're pretty clear about, like, it's definitely going to be this based on all of their little factoids. It's a Reddit. It's the only reason I go to Reddit is this one thread that they guess this on. And I rely on these guys. So this is what they're guessing it's going to be. Dead of Winter with Emma Thompson. So I love Emma Thompson. I haven't seen her in anything in a while, but it says about it, let's see, a grief-stricken loner, Emma Thompson, caught in a brutal Minnesotan blizzard, discovers a young woman imprisoned by a desperate armed couple. Interrupts the kidnapping of a teenage girl. It's some sort of like a suspense thriller kind of thing. Okay. A woman traveling alone through snowbound northern Minnesota interrupts the kidnapping of a teenage girl. Hours from the nearest town with no phone service, she realizes that she is the young girl's only hope. Judy Greer is in it too. She's obviously not the teenage girl, but I like her as well. Anyway, so I don't know the guy. Mark Menchaca. I don't know that, but to see Emma Thompson in this kind of a movie. So that's what they're guessing it is. It has 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. It might be just okay, but it's worth it to go check it out. So I wanted to remind you that that's going on tonight. The Screen Unseen. And luckily, John really likes to do it with me too. We're just so burnt out on watching this Black Rabbit. We have one more episode, but we were trying to get through it last night. I mean, I would say the second to last one got a little better. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it for anybody else. If you like it, you like it. I just think the writing is so bad, and it's so beneath Jude Law and Jason Bateman. Man, I mean, he's acting. We kind of like dissected it last night because we're so exhausted after watching it. Like, we're just trying to hang in there. See, John would have abandoned it long ago, but I'm like, I just want to see what happens. So we have one more episode left that we're going to watch, but oh my God, glad to be getting over it, done with it. But I was going to say something that John said. I don't remember. I think it's the writing. I've decided it's the writing that's terrible. Oh yeah, because we did like analysis of it last night. Like, what is it that's so bad about this? But Jason Bateman is doing a very good job of acting this despicable character that you just no way can root for. And they even try to show you the backstories of these people, and it doesn't do anything. Even when they're kids, it doesn't do anything to give you like a feeling of like, okay, now I understand why this is a horrible person. No, sorry, that didn't work either. So anyway, but he does a very good job because you just basically hate him and find nothing redeeming about him, and he's pulled that off very well. And then Jude Law, you kind of are rooting for him a tiny bit, but then you lose all of the respect for him too. So you're not rooting for either of these guys, even though you know their backstory. You're not rooting for them at all. And we can't figure out who is who. Like they keep just throwing these new characters in there, like we're supposed to know who they are, and they have like some significant role in the story. But like, who is that, and what is their relationship to these people? We have no idea. There's no character development. I don't know. Maybe somebody else out there likes it, but we just are so hating on this show. But we're going to finish it. I think this morning when he gets up, we might finish it. So I don't recommend, but we're going to. Hopefully this movie tonight, at least is an experience going to the movie theater. We're so lucky this theater that's near us is like one of the best theaters I've ever gone to for like a, commercial theater like that. It has the reclining seats that work. Sometimes you go in there and it's like half of them work, half of them don't. They work, they're comfortable. It's easy breezy. You can buy your tickets in advance. The only thing is that we learned this is a dead zone, so you can't get online there. So you got to screenshot your tickets before you get in there. But they do the screen unseen. I mean, it's a good movie theater. And so we're really lucky that A, it's there, and B, it's the closest one to us. So I guess that's it for now, guys. Nothing much else going on. I hope you all have a great start to your week and are doing something fun. It's a cloudy day here. We got home stuff we're going to work on today. I'm looking forward to it. Our final touches of the work we had done on the house. We're hanging the new window treatments that we got that just came in, and the cellular blinds that come down. We're going to hang those today, and whatever. I'm getting all the fall stuff out and getting, just decluttering and getting things organized and that sort of thing. I did find my materials while looking for something else yesterday for my book. So I'm getting this whole space ready to dive into finishing that this winter. So I am going to finish that and plug back in to this publisher that was interested in me back when I was doing that aggressively, and reread it again and finish doing another round of editing of it. I've got like 32 chapters completed. There's one that I thought I had written, but I can't seem to find it, so I might have to rewrite another chapter if I feel like that needs to be in there. So, yeah, I found all those materials yesterday, and so it was like, okay, getting my head back into that space, and I'm ready to finish it. So stay tuned. All right, guys. Well, catch up with you later. I'm probably going to do a live on here coming up maybe next week sometime. So if you have a request for a topic for a live stream, let me know. But I might tell a story. I have a story of healing and redemption and reconciliation regarding my dog, Mr. Beasley. Played an instrumental role in a reconciliation and a healing moment in our lives. So maybe I'll share that story. Wet your whistle with that. All right. Have a great Monday, guys. And let me know if you go to the screen unseen. And I'll be thinking of you while I'm there too. All right. Because they're all played at the same time because they don't want people. No, they're not. They're played at 7:00, but sometimes the West Coasters wait till the East Coasters announce it to decide if they want to go or not. AMC is really great too, because if you cancel your ticket, they will give you a refund just like that. Like you can cancel your ticket like up until like a minute before the movie starts. Their system is really forgiving like that. Not that I've had to do that much, but when I've done that, I was really surprised that they gave me a refund. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Have a good Monday.